Hi guys, this is Team Spicy Boys bringing you our round 2 matchup for my Friday night locals. Here on our right we have Steven, who's playing Mono Red Pan today, and Kyle, who's playing Vegeta Baby. Just for a quick, I'm sure you guys can see it, but Steve here just charges a red past his turn, and here Kyle's going to end up charging a one drop, the one drop baby himself. He's going to go ahead and attack lead, draw a card there. Steve's just gonna take it, and let's see. Alright, so here Kyle's gonna use to pretty much apply pressure, playing the one drop Trunks. This Trunks here, you can take a life, it gains 10, and then it gains crit, so that is a total of 15 coming Steven's way. And Steven's gonna just opt to combo out of that really early, and it looks like Steven's actually main decking Haros here, so that's very interesting. This local is pretty heavy on the Broly matchup, so I can see why he does that, but it's very interesting that he opted to main deck that. So here Steve charges a Pan, and then gonna use a Bodyguard Legic to get his free summon out. Pan auto draw card. He's just immediately just gonna tap 2, play Your Pal Yamcha here. I want to say this is one of my favorite promo cards. The artwork alone is amazing, and really good auto here, and I let him add an Earthling to his hand, and I really feel that the card goes under the radar, but Pan most of its cards are humans anyways, really adds a really good power there, because you can add your Trunks, you can add your chain attack Trunks, you can add your super combo. Just overall really good card. So let's see what he ends up attacking here. I feel like he did end up attacking the Trunks here. And he would, so alright. He's actually gonna just attack the Trunks for 20k, and Kyle doesn't see a point in actually out comboing that there. He did try to do it, but that does force Steven to put his blocker in rest mode. So let's see what Kyle actually chooses to do here, because you really want to get the Your Pal Yamcha off the board. The blocker is going to be a little hassle to deal with, but you can't just leave the Yamcha there for Steven to pretty much gain advantage with every single turn. That's just not optimal whatsoever. So here he's gonna charge the 5-drop baby promo there. And let's see, Kyle is at 6 life, so he's just gonna use the auto here, and he's gonna take a life and minus the Yamcha. So Yamcha's gone now. Actually no, it's only minus 10. So, and Yamcha is 15 total. So that's a minus it's minus 10, and he is gonna end up attacking. It's no, I'm sorry, it's minus 5. What am I talking about? So he is gonna end up dropping the Yamcha, and I feel like he did attack it again with the B.Vegeta, drawing a card. So that's 10 to 10, and it looks like Steve's just gonna let it die here. And Steven, actually, yeah, just let me hold that thought for a second here. Okay, so here Kyle's gonna play the Overrealm, and that's gonna boost the leader up by 5, but the leader already attacked, so that's not too beneficial. But it is gonna let him draw an extra card, and it will be another attack. And that's if he chooses to attack. I'm sure he's just gonna get rid of the Legic, and indeed he is. You really don't want to give Steven any more cards than you need to, and pretty much you just want to force the Pan deck to awaken when you want it to, because unless Steven runs into those one drop self-awakening tools between the Kabas and the Trunks itself, then he's just going to be in a spot where he can't really do much. Alright, so Steve here is going to play the Fearless Pan, and that's going to boost her leader up by 5, giving it double strike. So Kyle wants no part of that because that would actually drop him down to 3 from his nice position of 5. And that was I feel like that was really smart of Steven, because anytime you want to deal damage to someone, if you can bring them down between from 5 to 3, it's better because you get to avoid their super combo. So it's not a bad play, and he does get a blocker out of it. Not that I feel like Steven would block, because he does want to awaken to pretty much get card advantage every time he does attack. And that's the thing about Pan. You know, it's really strong leader, but she doesn't draw until she's awakened. So, yeah. Kyle's going to end up attacking, drawing a card, and Steve's just going to taking it. Again, he wants the card advantage. He wants to awaken. There's no reason for him to actually make it so that he doesn't take damage. Alright. So here we have alright. Okay. So here we have Kyle playing the 1-drop Trunks. And he's just gonna take the life. And that is gonna be 15 crit going over to Kyle here. I'm sorry, not Kyle's. Steven. And let's see. Alright, so actually Steven's just gonna end up out comboing that. Yeah, so not a bad play here, because the thing is, like, if he's gonna take a life, he wants a card from it. So I'm not too sure on what, but alright. Oh, okay. So here Kyle's gonna go for the evolve, and in doing so, he's gonna play the chain attack over it, and now he's gonna flip his leader over to untap 2, and that was a cheeky play. That was pretty cheeky, but actually, you know what? He doesn't even get the Gohan auto, so that's interesting to me that he would do so to try to force that out. But you know, this is a 15 crit coming his way, and Steve just discarded 2 cards to not take a crit. So really seeing if he'd waste the Pan here, and yeah, very interesting that he did block. He uses a super combo here, putting him up to 25. The Pan's only 15. Steven just lets it go, and not a bad play of events here. Well, line of play for Kyle. He does have 2 open energy now, so he can play his after images, his shocking death balls, so pretty much almost anything. Sorry about that. Pretty much almost anything Steven would play here would just die if Kyle has those answers. So yeah, I feel like Steven's in a quite a predicament when it comes to facing his deck, because he just can't really play anything without barrier and expect it to last on the board, as we can just see from the leader just really able to just get rid of cards. So I'm not sure what exactly Steven's attack here. I want to say he was trying to get rid of the Gohan, because that's what I personally would get rid of. But I can't really tell you what he was trying to do. So sorry about that. But it could have been to lead as well. It could have been to lead. Oh, okay. So it definitely was lead, because and I say that because Steven was trying to make Kyle take damage before Zenoing him. And so yeah, okay, so that was really smart. And here Steven's gonna end up drawing a 6 card off the Zeno play. So what happens here is that the Pan auto and the Trunks auto will pretty much trigger at the same time. He puts the Pan trigger into pending, letting the Zeno resolve first, and then Zeno would draw 5 cards, Pan auto would go, places a counter on the Zeno, drawing him an extra card, so instead of 5 he now has 6. And here, you know, this is a pretty prolonged game. The thing about this baby deck and the promos is that you can optimally on turn 2 you can have a really big board, and the sense, well, not as in like terms of how many battle cards you have in board, but in the sense where you can get out a triple attack, the baby ape, who minuses I believe the first card played down by 20,000. So just being able to get that card out early is extremely good for the deck. But it's just unfortunately that Kyle didn't have that optimal starting hand. But here he's just gonna overwhelm, plus his leader by 5, making that leader 20, and yeah, putting 15. And this pretty much puts Steven in a point where it would put him awakened. So I do expect him to take any damage goes his way. Kyle's is gonna opt to kill the Zeno. Steven's not protecting the Zeno whatsoever. There's no need for him to do so. And yeah, Steven's just gonna take that damage. So now he's only 1 card away from awakening, and with him being at such high energy right now, his plays can be really explosive. So like he could drop the 4 drop, what is it, hit, and rip 2 cards out of his opponent's hand, and then untap. But if he's awakens, and he's at 5 energy now, so he just has to play one of those self awakeners, and pretty much his plays can go from there. And let's see what happens here. Alright, so he's gonna play another Yamcha here. And the Yamcha is gonna get boosted up by 5 because of the pan. So that's a 20. And it's gonna get shocking deathballed. And did he do the auto? Sorry, not shocking deathball, revenge deathball. So I'm not too sure if I'm not sure if I saw him actually grab from his deck. He might have. I just wasn't paying attention. That's my fault. And I'm actually the one doing a voiceover of this. But yeah. So here he's going to tap 1, play the Trunks, putting him up to 4. So again, now he can awaken, putting him back to self to 4 energy. And that's going to be really good. He's going to decide to combo out the Haru because that card does nothing in this matchup. Kyle just hits him with another Revenge Death Ball. And pretty much just getting rid of it. He doesn't have to take damage from it. And I can't tell if Kyle's at 3 or 2 life. I want to say it's 3. Now for the future, I'm going to see if I can get a better read on lives. And I'll try to update the quality of the videos so you can clearly see how much life another player has. And cards in hand, etc. If I can, I'll try to at least. At least for the cards in hand. The life is a lot more doable. So here Steven attacked, comboing the Yamcha, and the Yamcha there is gonna get, well, actually just overwhelmed right away with Time Patrol Trunks. But Kyle did out combo that, and what he did there was, again, he put a auto into pending. So here, the Time Patrol Trunks effect resolve first. He gets to see if he wants to put the card on the top or the bottom. He does get to add one of them, and if he additionally likes a second card, the pan auto will resolve, and he gets both cards. So really cool interaction with that deck. I want to say it's probably one of my favorite overwhelm cards in the deck itself. Boosting leader per +5 is really good with the other one. But Time Patrol Trunks essentially just lets you stack your deck and get both. So it's really good in terms of a card advantage. And Kyle, I think, only has 1 card in hand. So here, Mr. Stephen Hong's going to play the hit and then pass turn. So that tells me for sure that Kyle is definitely at sorry, I burped, is at 3, because if he was at 2, there would have been no reason after ripping that last card that he wouldn't attack Kyle. And okay, I feel like you drew into the 4-drop baby, which he's just gonna play immediately, and that's gonna let him draw a card. And okay, so he KOs that card, the hit. Now attacking the Your Pal Yamcha, drawing a card. And okay, so Steve didn't combo. Sorry about the silence. I just wasn't sure what to comment until Steven actually made the play. Yeah, so this isn't looking too good for Kyle. There's a number of cards. I want to say about maybe 5 to 6 in Steven's hand compared to Kyle's 2. And Kyle is tapped out, but he had to get rid of the hit because that would have been really hard to deal with on the following turn. So I do agree with what Kyle did there. What I think though is maybe attack with lead first. Try to see if you can draw something that won't force you to get tapped out or advance your game state before you do drop the 4-drop. So here, looks to me that this guy charged Zeno, and he's gonna drop another hit. And you know what? He's gonna end up grabbing 2 cards, leaving the Baby Ape in Kyle's hand. And he's gonna go ahead and attack with lead. And it's really like he can't really combo here. So I feel like comboing there was kind of useless because it absolutely made no sense. But yeah, man, this is definitely a game here. Really well played on both ends. Steven here just back-to-back hits. All right, stay tuned for round 3, guys. I want to say I did quite enjoy that match, showing why Pan's still a really good deck.